Hello and welcome. I'm Bio, and today we are continuing the Zoo Games set with the only Nintendo DS game that we're going to be looking at, mainly because most of the Nintendo DS games that Zoo did were either puzzle games or hidden object games, because the game I originally had as a choice was actually ended up being a hidden object game, and I was like, wow, that's a little bit boring in my opinion. And then I saw this game, and I was like, oh, I remember these. So sillybandz was like this cheap rubber, basically it's a gimmick toy for children that they had going back in the day. Now, I don't remember them from when I was a kid, but, you know, it's basically the same concept of getting like gummies shaped in different animals and whatnot, and they always charged way more for those gummies. At least that's what it was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, you know, you were the cool kid if you had a gummy in the shape of a dragon, but the gummy in shape of a dragon cost way more than a standard gummy. But in like, I guess, mid-2000s, it was sillybandz, rubber bands in the shape of different things. So, play the craze. What, the game craze? Oh, that's an old nod back. But yeah, so I decided to have a go at this one instead. I have no clue what this game is going to be like, but I hope that it's going to be somewhat funny at least. So, just to give you a little bit of information about the game, it was developed by Artefacts Studio. It only came out on the Nintendo DS, and obviously it was published by Zoo, as you can even see from the box art up in the top right. It was actually released in Europe as Bandz Mania. I don't know. Pass. Came out in November 2010 as well, so yeah. It's going to be an interesting one, I think, this one. It's going to be very interesting. So let's dive into it. I have no clue what to expect walking into this. We have 4 worlds to pick from. Nature, Maritime, Party, and Fantasy. Oh, we can only do Nature anyway. Okay. Level 1. Oh. Some sillybandz have been kidnapped and imprisoned. You must unlock the cages to collect them. Launch a sillybandz projectile to dislodge blocks. First, to touch the icon on the bottom right of the touchscreen with the stylus. Let me change this around. And then touch the launcher and use the stylus to drag the projectile backwards. So this is Angry Birds. No, I'm not even joking. Quite literally. Go along. Yeah, this is Angry Birds. Oh, okay. Quite literally Angry Birds. Okay, so what do we do with this? So I've released one of the rubber bands. Zoom out. I thought I'd... Oh, you hook it onto the little thing and then launch it. Like so. It's funny because it is quite literally Angry Birds. Oh. Doesn't have the same mechanics as an Angry Bird. It is quite literally Angry Birds. I do like how it shows you where you've been before. This icon on the bottom right of the touchscreen allows you to end the game at any time. So, oh, and those snails are just pointless. So this is what I'm gathering, a somewhat poorly made Angry Birds. You win. Yeah, it's a budget Angry Birds game. We'll play a few levels. I don't mind. See, Angry Birds I've got no issue with. A lot of people were like, ah, it's Angry Birds mobile game. I had the Angry Birds PSP Mini, And I actually included it as like a Bioclassics, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I did. I had it as a Bioclassics. Because Angry Birds is a very good time-wasting game. I used to play a lot. The only time I ever played it was when I was at the airport. That's the only time. Only time I ever played it was at the airport on my PSP. If I couldn't be bothered to play anything else, or it was everything, you know, obviously it's an airport, it's very busy, so you get, you know, obviously distracted quite a lot. Angry Birds was the perfect game, because even if I did get distracted, it didn't really matter. Couldn't exactly get distracted while playing Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, could I? The red, blue, and yellow colors indicate the resistance of the block and the projectile. The red is the most solid, followed by the blue, and the yellow is the weakest. Okay. To reduce the resistance of a block, the projectile must be of equal or greater strength. Okay. Well, let's see what we got to deal with. So, go for blue and yellow. Okay. So we got to get rid of the... like that, right? There, we knocked it all over. Perfect. And now we gotta try and get that yellow. Nope, not quite. Need to be a little bit higher. There we go. So the blocks actually don't break at all. You just hit the blocks to dislodge them to get to the... Angry Birds is... I'm sorry, but Angry Birds just does this better. Why would you not just play Angry Birds? Why would you make a game to copy Angry Birds off of silly bands? Like strange shaped rubber bands. Like, it's such a weird concept, isn't it, to think let's make a silly bands video game. And it even says on the box, as you can see in the top right, exclusive silly bands pack included. Like, who cares? I don't know, it's strange. If you collect all of the coins and open all the chests and cages, you will earn another silly bands. So we unlocked tortoise, cat, toucan, and question mark silly bands in that one, I think. I'll tell you how you make this game better. Have it so that each of the silly bands that you unlock are ones you have to use. So if they are strangely shaped, so you can pick where on the silly band you want the plant to hook it. So let's say like it had an exclamation mark. It'd be quite a good one because it's mostly rectangular, and all of it. Well, just saying, it would spice the game up a little bit. So we want to hit the yellow there, and then obviously the blue there. Okay, they're in the shape of animals. There we go. And I got a rabbit. Exciting stuff. 250 points. Right. Pretty much that exact same angle should get me... Yeah, that exact same angle should be perfect. There we go. And we got a frog. Well, this is definitely exciting, isn't it, boys and girls? Oh, it's still going on? Oh, yeah, there's another one. Oh, okay, there's a few more. Alright. I realized there was this many. Yeah, probably... Interestingly enough, that same exact angle actually works again. Maybe slightly higher. Boom. We got, what's that? I didn't even see what what special rubber bands we got. Oh, and that's the end of the level. Cool. And we got dinosaur and giraffe. And question mark again. Oh, I don't know if the question mark is that we've missed one. That must be what it is. Okay, I've played 10 minutes of this, and I think that's enough. If I'm honest, what else are you going to see in this game? It's fine. I'm not I'm not dissing the game, right? That is the key point you got to take away from this. I'm not making fun of the game. I'm just saying, what's the point? There's no point. They made a video game off of basically what was a fad for a very short period of time, or what they tried to create. They tried to manufacture a fad, and I don't know. I don't think this really worked. What kid would be that interested in getting a rubber band in the shape of of an animal? It's just silly. It's silly bands. Um, so having a video game tie-in is just a strange choice. But I guess they made it on a budget. Again, they just copied Angry Birds, so I can't imagine it took much for Artifact Studio to develop this. What other games have they done? Oh, they haven't done much. Moto Racer DS, Igor the game, Deal or No Deal on the DS. Oh, it's interesting how these they did a Deal or No Deal Wii game as well. It's interesting how like it ends up being interlocked, isn't it? Like you play one game, it's like, oh, Deal or No Deal, Zoo games. Dear. Gods versus Humans on the Wii? What even is this? That doesn't. There's a Gods versus Humans Wii game. But it's also on PC. It's by Artifact Studio. Is Artifact Studio still a thing? That's the question. Yes. So the most recent game Artifact Studio did was the Dungeon of Nahulburg and the Amulet of Chaos, Ruins of Limis. What a massively long. Oh, it's an expansion, but what a name. It's a role-playing game. Okay. Fair, I guess. Looks all right. Its ratings not too bad. Oh, and interesting enough, Artifact Studio is also the ones who developed Garfield Kart Furious Racing and the original Garfield Kart. That is exciting, isn't it? Oh my. All right, fair enough. Anyway, I've been Bio. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.